Blessings family is Providence, and I'm sure you've heard by now that mayor of the largest city in the United States, Eric Adams, has been indicted on several charges. Eric Adams is the first mayor to be indicted on charges while serving in an official capacity. Mayor Adams was indicted on 5 counts. One count, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, solicit foreign contributions and accept bribes. One count of wire fraud. 2 counts of solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national, and 1 count bribery. Mayor Adams is being accused of receiving illegal funds for his campaign back when he was running for mayor. He took these illegal funds and other lavish gifts that he failed to disclose from foreign Turkish nationals. Now, I read the indictment and it's very, very detailed. The federal government looked like they really did their research. They have a lot of examples, a lot of things that they reference. Now, obviously, we know a man is innocent until proven guilty, but reading that indictment did give me cause to pause. He may be guilty of everything that they say that he did. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I think it's kind of crazy that Mayor Adams gave Diddy the key to New York City just a little while ago, and now both of them, almost within the span of a week, face federal indictments. That's insane. I can only imagine the conspiracy theorists are gonna find the links to link the two events together. Now, Mayor Adams responded to the indictment, denying all of the charges and essentially alluding to the fact that when he started sticking up for New Yorkers and the federal government's immigration policy and how it was destroying New York City, he became a target for the federal government.
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies. But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target. And a target I became. Despite our pleas, when the federal government did nothing as its broken immigration policies overloaded our shelter system with no relief, I put the people of New York before party and politics. But I have been facing these lies for months since I began to speak out for all of you and their investigation started.
Now, I'm always critical of the whole "I'm being unfairly targeted / persecuted" line that public figures tend to throw out when they get caught in their mess. But truth be told, I think two things can be true at the same time. It can be true that Mayor Adams is corrupt and is guilty of everything that he has been indicted for. And it could be the case that he is being targeted because he failed to fall in line. Maybe they intensified the investigations because of the fact that, well, the Democratic Party had an agenda and it's an election season. And one of the very important issues taking place right now in America is immigration, and Mayor Adams didn't seem like he was falling in line with the vision that Joe Biden and the Democratic Party put forward. So do I know that, hey, Joe Biden put a political hit out on Eric Adams? No. But does it seem far-fetched to me? No. But I also do think that reading the indictment, he may be very well guilty of a lot of things that they said. However, when you play ball with the powers that be, people are willing to look the other way on a lot of crimes that they may know that you're guilty of. When you no longer decide to play ball, that's when they decide, okay, well, let's use a lot of this information that we may already have on you. So we will wait to see what type of defense he puts forward. But here's the bottom line, folks. I don't trust any of these politicians. And I do think that we ought to have a healthy skepticism of anybody that we put in political office, because we understand that political power corrupts character. It's not very difficult at all to believe that someone could use their political influence, be bought out by people, special interest groups, whether it be from local individuals or foreign governments, as is the case for what they're alleging for Eric Adams, and use your political influence to give favors to the people who have bought you out. I ain't gonna lie, man, it feels like it's very hard to find a good leader nowadays. I feel like everywhere you turn, some politician that you're finding out is corrupt. Even for me, I'm a part of the church. I've heard a lot of Christian leaders being pastors, being corrupt. Feels like everywhere you turn, man, it's just like the people you expect to lead with integrity have absolutely no integrity. And I will say personally, as a black man, I hate to see other black leaders take L's. I mean, even Diddy to a certain extent. And I understand the internet was done with Diddy a long time ago, and he became a meme on the internet a long time ago. But there was once upon a time growing up in New York City where Diddy was everything, man. I looked up to him like, man, he's a music mogul, and look at everything that he's built with Bad Boy Records. And you looked at Diddy as a success. He came from nothing, he became a billionaire. You know, we looked at guys like Diddy and Jay-Z coming from New York as examples of success. And so, to be honest with you, while I would never defend Diddy or feel like or you know, allow my sadness in watching him fall create some sort of defense, because I believe obviously, look, if you do the crime, you got to do the time. But I'm still saddened to watch Diddy fall like he's fallen. You know, Mayor Adams, again, from Brooklyn, New York, another example for black men from the city. Now he's also caught up in Fed charges. And so I think that the situation, unfortunately, is sad. Now, obviously, we don't know if he's guilty or innocent, so we shall see. But I do think if it is the case that he is guilty and he gets found guilty, alongside even with Diddy, there's a tragedy in that. And truth be told, especially if you watch my last couple videos, I've been pretty rough on conspiracy theorists. But a part of me understands why conspiracy theorists exist. I mean, who can you really trust? I mean, if politicians are corrupt, if government officials are corrupt, if the feds have shown themselves to be corrupt, if our religious leaders, if the people that we have in our lives have shown themselves to oftentimes be corrupt, it's very easy to say, you know what, I'm not going to trust anybody else but my own mind. And I'm always going to be suspicious of the fact that there's some hidden reality behind everything that I'm actually seeing that's really dictating the truth and not what I actually see in front of me. So I get it. But ultimately, I can't resign myself to a high level of skepticism. I think healthy skepticism is good, but I can't resign myself to an unhealthy high level skepticism in which you just don't trust any institutions. I think that we need to do the work of always holding our leaders accountable while recognizing that our institutions are going to fail us from time to time. And ultimately, I know for me, this always reminds me that I really can only trust in God, man, because man will fail you, but God will always be true to you. Anyway, this has been Providence, man. Thank you for listening. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.